Well, color me shocked. A movie that focuses on lighthearted fun is racing toward $1 billion? Who could have predicted this? Certainly not Disney, which is doubling down on the failed formula of spreading an agenda rather than focusing on good stories. But exactly how far can Mario's success grow? Already, the movie is the highest grossing kids movie of all time in its first weekend. Super Mario Bros. Works on a simple premise: having fun. Could this be the start of a new trend? Could the dark ages of cinema finally be over? Will we get fun movies once more? Join me, dear viewer, as I dive deep into cinema and what makes a movie great. After years of bland movies with tired tropes that audiences hate, along come movies that do the unthinkable. Focus on what audiences actually like. The first such huge blockbuster hit came in last year's Top Gun: Maverick, a movie that focused on telling a good story, respecting the past, and best of all, respecting audiences. Then along comes Super Mario Bros. To drive the lesson home. When you focus on good stories and character development, the money will follow. It's simple. No wokey, no brokey. But is Super Mario Bros. A good film? Let's explore deeper. The story in Super Mario Bros. Is as simple as it can possibly get because it's one we've seen since 1985 when Mario first debuted widely in the titular Super Mario Bros. On the original Nintendo. The king of the Koopas, the big man himself, Bowser, is looking to marry Princess Peach so they can rule the world together. Well, she wants nothing to do with him, so he kidnaps her in order to force her to marry him. It's up to Mario and Luigi to save the day. The story is a direct adaptation of the original game, albeit slightly more dressed up with today's modern graphics. I doubt you could make a movie out of 2D platforming. Although we did get some 3D platforming in this one, which was quite fun. The repetition of the level till you master it was quite well done in this flick. This is just one of the many meta jokes in this film that really resonated with audiences. There were plenty of other jokes that got a chuckle out of me as well. Could this be the start of a new trend? Actually funny comedies? As I mentioned in my video on Tropic Thunder, there really hasn't been a good comedy in over 10 years. Go ahead, name a funny movie after 2010. This was among the first lighthearted comedies I've seen in ages. Just as with Top Gun Maverick and big blockbusters, I think that Super Mario Bros. Is the beginning of a new trend in cinema. It marks the return of comedy. It may not seem like it now, but I have a feeling that we're finally starting to see change. Could this mark the beginning of the end of movie-bashing channels like Nerdrotic and The Critical Drinker? As negative as those types of channels are, they did serve an important purpose, which was to bring to light the dark ages of cinema and enact change. Like those channels, I also want things to change so that we can get back to getting classics. I miss getting amazing movies like Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, even classic Star Wars. Ooh, wait, I don't want to stir the hornet's nest with Star Wars now, do I? Look, the point is that Hollywood has been shoving BlackRock's ESG agenda down everyone's throats, and people are tired of it. We just want good cinema back. Getting back to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I've sung its praises enough. It's a fun movie that's entertaining for the whole family. But does it have any flaws? Some people have said that its plot was entirely too simplistic, that there wasn't any nuance to it. It's a kid's movie, for Pete's sake. How much nuance do you want to show a 5-year-old? Others in the mainstream media have griped about its sexist undertones. What sexist undertones? Princess Peach was valiant enough to kick some Koopa shells after all. And as for Bowser, stories of unrequited love are tales as old as time. It's been done thousands of times by now. This is yet another entry in that series. Another gripe I had about the film was the addition of 80s music. This felt largely out of place because the main game-playing audience was born in the 80s, but their musical tastes weren't really fortified until the 90s. What would have been much better was to have included more remixes of songs from other Mario games, such as those from Super Mario World and Mario 64. But this is a minor gripe, which I'm sure will get taken care of in the inevitable sequel. As for the ending, there are 2 post-credit scenes, one mid-sequence and one at the end of the credit roll. So do stick around to take a look at those stingers, as they will signal something special for the sequel. Overall, the Super Mario Bros. Movie delivered exactly what its audience wanted. A nice story with good character development and tight narrative. And when you provide what your customers want, you make profit. Simples. This was also a movie that parents could rest assured won't be spreading inappropriate messages to kids, unlike Disney movies these days. It had nice family-friendly humor that resonated with younger and older audiences, which is a nice change of pace. I really do think that we're seeing a gigantic sea change in Hollywood now. Universal Pictures has been eating everyone's lunch the past couple years. I, for one, welcome their approach to filmmaking. It provides exactly what moviegoers want. It also shows other studios what works. Go take your kids to see the Super Mario Bros. Movie. You'll have a great time. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more great content.